The VP comes to OC. Let's go live to KFI's Jay Lawrence. He toured a computer plant yesterday with Al Gore.
The Vice President got a real close look at how modems, keyboards, and disk drives are made at AST Research. He praised workers for reinventing the way the computer company did business and hopes Washington can follow in their footsteps.
In the federal government, the way it has operated, everything is organized to try to prevent any mistakes from taking place. But in the process, they prevent any creativity, any innovation, any new ideas.
Gore drew cheers and applause from computer makers when he told them,
"We use AST computers in the White House."
Live in Orange County, Jay Lawrence, KFI News.
Vice President Al Gore praising a California company for reinventing itself, much like the Clinton administration wants to do with its reinventing government proposals. Vice President toured the AST research company in Fountain Valley today and later met with employees to discuss the reinventing government program. Gore said the federal government can learn a lot from companies like AST.
You are now dominating some markets that many business analysts had written off to Japanese manufacturers years ago.
This company is one of the nation's biggest manufacturers of personal computers. The Vice President said the federal government can save billions by being more efficient and by, in some cases, hiring private firms to do the jobs now performed by the government.
Al Gore is trying to reinvent the government. How have you reinvented AST?
I think it's important that each organization that wants to be around for decades to come has to reinvent itself. We started out with three engineers, three musketeers, as we call ourselves, doing consulting business. But we really wanted to be in the manufacturing business, so we changed. As IBM PC came out, we started making aftermarket products. In 1986, we changed again to build a complete computer. And in the last few years, we have changed ourselves again to take advantage of new opportunities, new markets, and also to overcome some real challenges that are facing our industry.
What could Vice President Al Gore learn from AST regarding reinventing the government?
I think we, having gone from 3 people to 6,700 people, going from 0 sales to multi-billion in sales, we are an excellent example of a large organization that has people around the world. That is in a very, very tough marketplace, but that happens to also be in the information technology business. So he is looking at both information technology as a way to improve productivity and also to look at a Fortune 500 company, thousands of employees. How do we make decisions? How do we face challenges? How do we reinvent ourselves as we try to move forward?
A small company in Orange County is trying to teach the country's oldest dog, the federal government, a new trick: how to take a simple idea and keep it simple.
After a little more than a decade in business, this Orange County computer company can boast of national and worldwide success. And today, employees at AST Research received an endorsement they won't soon forget.
For those employees who are listening, I want you to know that we use AST computers in the White House. And we have been
Vice President Al Gore came here to applaud and promote principles that represent the very framework of this computer company. Ideas that he would like to use to reinvent the way the federal government works.
What was the factor that people weren't taking into account when they formed their assumption that we couldn't do it here?
This was more than just an opportunity to come and tour an assembly line. Vice President Gore described it as a refresher course in success. He saw firsthand how 3 engineers turned a simple idea into a multi-billion-dollar company. And they did it all in 13 years.
What can you teach us in our work to try and reinvent the federal government?
What we hope to do is by bringing this technology to the government, that they will be able to move ahead into the 90s with information processing.
Earlier this month, the Clinton administration released the National Performance Review, a report filled with suggestions on how to improve the government and cut costs.
I think it's exciting that they want to reinvent the government. I think it's about time that somebody came around and said things aren't working the way they should and it's time to fix it.
People don't want to be managed, they want to be led. And we in leadership position have to change, and we have to earn their confidence.
Safi Qureshi, the S in AST, says government should empower, not overlook employees.
The key word is to be bold and go ahead, as opposed to waiting for a decision to be made elsewhere.
When people are encouraged to be bold and to try something new, they make decisions on the basis of the guidelines that everyone shares. That's exactly the kind of approach that we are trying to bring into the federal government.
It all sounds employee-friendly, but one AST manager says be patient.
It's easy to take a look and get a good idea, but to get those ideas implemented, that's going to be the major challenge.
Challenge. Employees at this company of 6,700 know a lot about that word and hope the federal government isn't intimidated by it either. Deborah Snell, 13 Real News.